Today I'm going to make these Christmas ornaments out of wood. You need a scroll saw to make these, and they're cut out of a single block of wood, and you get this cool shape when it's left over. And they make good gifts for anyone. I'm giving them to a lot of members of my family and friends, and everyone seems to like them. They look pretty cool. Pretty easy to make. Maybe take 40 minutes or so to make each, and I'll show you how to do it. What started me off on this was this book that I saw, Compound Christmas Ornaments for the Scroll Saw. It's got a bunch of different patterns for different ornaments. You can make all kinds of different ones. The first thing I did was to make a copy of these onto a piece of paper so that I didn't have to cut up the book. So I copied them using my computer printer, or you can use a copy machine, and then just cut it out like this. And this is the pattern you're going to use to make the ornament. At Home Depot, they have the perfect size wood. It's 1.5 inch square, so 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch. It's sold, I think this was in a 48 inch length, so you can make several of them with this. It's oak, but if you have the tools, you can pretty much cut any piece of wood to the right size. So starting with this, you want to cut it to length first. So place it on there, make a mark, and then you'll cut this so you have the right size to paste this on here. Next thing you'll do is use some spray adhesive like this. There's a bunch of different kinds. I just chose this one that seems to work pretty good. And then you're going to spray it on the piece that you cut and then stick the pattern on. You just want to make sure that the dotted line lines right up with the corner of the wood, so that when you fold it over, it's lined up right on each side. When you're done, it should be like this piece here. Now, in order to get the scroll saw blade in the middle there to cut out the middle part, in here, you're gonna have to drill a starter hole. Also in the top part here, right there. Drill a hole in the middle of there. Also remember to drill it for a pilot hole on the other side. Now it's ready to start cutting this one. So now start out by threading the blade through the bottom of it, the side without the pattern. Go up here. Thread it up through the top. Now we're ready to start cutting the inside, so I'll cut the inside first. Then I'll turn it over, cut this inside, then that, and then I'll cut all on the outside. At this point, the piece that you cut out in the middle, it's going to fall out, but you need to keep it in there for support while you're cutting the rest of it. So you take some packing tape, regular thick Scotch tape like this, and then you're going to wrap it with this. Just wrap the whole piece. So I got it wrapped with tape to hold it in there while I make the rest of the cuts. I'm going to do the other side, cut out the middle part now, and then this piece. I'm going to wrap that up with tape again. Okay, now we're done making all the cuts, so you're left with a butchered piece of wood here, but it'll come apart in pieces like this. Some of the tape might still be on there, so just got to be careful. Just want to be careful pulling it out here. There you go. Last thing you want to do is just sand it very lightly with some 220 sandpaper. Very lightly, you know, it's very delicate. You don't want to break it. And then spray it with some lacquer. Or you can even paint it. But it looks good with the wood grain and some lacquer on there, so that's what I usually do.